wearing that ridiculous hat, I hear you ask? I had a bit of an incident with some new clippers. In lockdown, I've resorted to cutting my own hair. Used to cut my own hair, not too much of a problem. But with my new clippers, I might have got confused as the length grade, it wasn't in grades, it was in millimetres, so what I thought was a grade 4 was actually 4mm, so I may have a chunk out over here. Anyway, quick video today, just going to take you through a bit about my storage. I've got some outside storage which I use for unlisted stock. Once it's been cleaned up and ready to list and then listed, it then comes into my inside storage. So I'll take you outside and then we'll come back in here. So I'll see you in a moment. So I've had a few people ask me about my storage for stock. So listed stock is in the house, unlisted stock that's waiting to be processed is in this shed. So let's get it open, we can have a look. So this is not a big shed. This is about 2 foot deep, about 5 and a bit foot wide. Came like this. I've painted it to make it waterproof, or more waterproof. It's all tongue and groove, so it should be pretty good anyway. Got a decent waterproof top on it, and so basically I need to get a few more tubs. I've got some of the kids' toys in there, as in like their scooters and skateboards and whatever, and then I've got my unlisted stock that hasn't been processed yet, so lots of shoes that I need to clean, other bits and pieces. That thing, that's called a dolly, so if I've got anything that's heavy that I don't want to move about, it's basically like a skateboard with rotating casters, so anything that's heavy I can pop on that, and that saves my back having to drag stuff through the house. So shoes and boots, what have you. Most of the stuff goes in these plastic tubs, but I've got enough room to have 12 plastic tubs and a little bit of space on top. Got Lego partial sets which I need to sort out. But yeah, it's decent sized storage. People are worried about whether it's gonna get damp or not, but I'll explain in a minute what that is. That is brilliant, and that is why my stuff does not get damp, even though I've got a shed that's been out through the middle of winter. So I'll cut back in a moment and show you what that little random thing is in there. Right, see you in a mo. And we're back inside. So my outdoor storage I have in these plastic tubs. I picked these up in the range, I think they're usually about £7 or £8 each. Sometimes I have them on an offer, if you buy 2 get them cheaper. So these are 80 litre tubs, and that's what I store my stuff in outside, because I don't want insects or animals or anything else, if they can crawl into that shed, I don't want them to get into where the clothing is. People do ask, because my stuff is stored in the shed outside, is it damp? That's a brand new shed that I bought specifically for storing my stock. I wanted something thin that didn't take up too much room. It's just outside the back door, so it's convenient. And my thoughts are, it costs 230 quid delivered, and I bought it on Amazon. I'll stick a link in the description. It's the same one that I could have got from B&Q or Wix. A lot of the companies all use the same sheds. The difference is, if I'd have got it through B&Q or Wix, it was a 14-week waiting list, and I ordered that on eBay, on Amazon. It was meant to be a 2-week waiting list, or 2-week wait, and it was delivered within 6 days, I think, in the end. I have painted it with cuprinol to increase its weather resistance, but there's still, because it's not sealed, you've got doors which can allow air and moisture through to a degree. I don't want the clothes or anything in there to get damp and mildew. So there is a degree of protection using the plastic tubs, and I have noticed any boxes that I've kept out there, that sort of thing, they have become a little bit soft. So there's definitely, it does allow dampness in to a degree, but I thought this might happen beforehand, so I took some precautions. So inside each of these tubs, I've got, oh, this way, one of these things. So these I ordered from Amazon. I got a pack of, I think it was 12 for maybe 15 or 17 pounds. And it's basically a damp trap, a dehumidifier. So each one of my 80 litre tubs, got room for 12 out there, and they came in a pack of 12. I haven't got 12 of these yet. Each one of these has, it's not completely sealed, but it's going to be prevent a modicum of damp. But I was worried it could get damp out there just because it's in a damp atmosphere, because of the potential for dampness in a shed, basically. So hear that? That is these little weird ball things, and what they do, they suck moisture through that membrane. It's a one-way membrane, and then the moisture, I believe it condenses and then drops down into this trap at the bottom, so damp trap. So as you can see, if I move that about, there's no moisture in there at all. It's been out there for about 2 months, so that means there's no moisture in there, which means that there should be a reduced likelihood of getting any damp in there. As we had so many, as I bought a multi-pack, I thought we sometimes, in winter, because we have the window shut in the bedroom, in the morning when you open up the curtains, you'll often get a layer of moisture on the window, a bit of condensation, which is essentially us breathing out, and it's the moisture from our breath condensing on the cold window, and you can see that dribble down. So in the mornings I usually have to go and wipe it down. I thought, oh, let's just stick one of these on the windowsill behind the curtains, so at night, hopefully this would trap any moisture in the air. Can you see the diff? Can you? You can see it there. That is a lot of moisture. And that is the one from our bedroom. So technically, there's more chance of clothes getting musty, and we don't have like a damp bedroom, but just the moisture from our breath at night when we're sleeping is enough to fill that. That's about an inch deep or thereabouts. So there's more moisture in our bedroom, so there's more chance of clothing in my room getting damp and musty or mould growing than there is in here, in theory. So if you are storing anything outdoors and you are worried it could get damp, I don't know if that would really work if it was in a cardboard box, because that's permeable. And I know to a degree it's not that this is sealed. It's whilst it's got a lid that fits, it's not airtight. But the difference between that being completely dry and this one having all of these little moisture balls have kind of gone through or glued or stuck together, that's a huge difference. So if you are storing anything outside, I would thoroughly recommend getting some sort of a plastic tub with a good quality lid on it. And if you're concerned that it could get damp at all, some sort of a damp trap. There are loads of different ones out there. I got these because they seem to be getting a good review on Amazon, and it was somewhere between 12 and 16 pounds for 12 of them, so just over £1 each, and I'm quite impressed so far. So that's what it is. I'll stick a link to it in the video description. So anyway, so that's what I do. So I've got 80 litres of storage in there. Whenever I've listed stuff, and essentially it's my entire death pile, so whenever I need to and I've run out of stock to list, I'll go out, grab another tub, bring it in, and that is my stock that I need to list from until it's empty. Once that's empty, I'll do it and rinse and repeat. Once my stock is listed, it will go into one of these in the house. So these boxes are, so I said these were 80 litres, these are about 44 litres, so it's about 30 centimetres across, about 40 high and about 40 deep-ish. These are all labelled up. This is box S, and then on here I list what's in there. As I sell the item, gets crossed through, and every now and again I'll have to repeat, rewrite out a new list on the front. I do have everything written down on the computer as well. Just it's good to have what you've got listed in what box in multiple places in case you mess something up. So for 44 litres, depends on the size of the item to how many things that can go in there. I've currently got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 items in there, but that's a big Caramelon coat, a big Reese coat, a Caramelon handbag, a big Armani jeans winter coat, and then I've got a lot smaller items in there. So I could have 2, 3 big coats in there, or I could have 30 plus much smaller items. So if it was like blouses, whatever. So and then within these, so these are stacked 2 deep, 5 high. So I've got 10 of those. So it's about 400 litres worth of stock. So inside them, everything's bagged up as well. Most items will be individually bagged up in plastic bags, but certain items, so I've got lots of different silk ladies scarves there, and they are all bagged up together. Just makes it a little bit easier. So that's pretty much it for my storage. I do have another 2 big sheds, but that's other stuff that I do need to deal with. So for example, I've got 2 big tubs of super soakers, not super soakers, Nerf guns. It's still winter. I will get those cleaned up and dealt with as we get towards summer. There's just no point now, so I'm focusing on stuff that in theory should sell sooner. So yeah, that's just a little bit about my storage and how I protect my stuff. And that's about it really. So this afternoon I'm going to grab a few more bits, prepare my photography, get all that done tomorrow, and then bang through some listings. So I've now got an accountability partner, Lizzie from Little Cherubs Baby Clothes, and basically we're essentially cheerleaders for each other to help G each other up and push us to work smarter and list more. And yeah, it's been really positive. It's only the first week we've tried it, but at the moment going well, quite enjoying that. So as I'm accountable to her now, I've told her what I've got to get sorted out this week, and one of the things on there was to list a certain amount within the month, but also to clear through my electronics death pile. So part of that is this afternoon I've got to test and clean some of my electronics death pile. So yeah, plenty to do, so I just thought I'd quickly video this whilst I was getting bits and pieces out. So that's about it for the moment. So I shall crack on, and I shall see you next time. So hopefully that's been useful. If you've got any questions or comments, pop them in. Otherwise, please feel free to like the video. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. And again, please feel free to share this. So otherwise, I shall see you next time. Take care.